Hello guys, welcome back to another cold episode. Today is a kind of bonus episode. It's just me and Quinn, but it's because we literally just finished watching the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie that just came out.
Major spoilers ahead if you haven't seen it.
Yes. We're not cool like TFS and make a non-spoiler one. This is pure spoilers. So, but this is just going to be a bonus episode, basically, kind of separate from our other podcasts. So, anyway, let's just, where to begin?
I know, right? This is such a good movie.
It's a really good movie. The best Dragon Ball film, I would dare to say.
Yeah. There are like 20 of them at this point. There's a lot of movies.
Of Dragon Ball films.
And a lot of them are bad. Especially the Broly ones are pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
And so, when it first came out that it was a Broly movie, it was like, I don't know if I want to watch this.
Don't know.
But watching the trailers, it looked super good, and
yeah.
So we went and watched it, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, Quinn's watched it twice. This was my first time, and it came out Wednesday. And we're recording this on Saturday, so, like, it hasn't been out long. But it was really fun. I mean, obviously, we could talk all day about Broly as a character, I think, just because Broly previously was just this meathead who just wanted to kill Kakarot, right?
Kakarot! That's all he said.
That's all he did, yeah.
Just wants to kill Kakarot, and this time his beef was with Vegeta.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting and a lot better.
Honestly. I agree. That was... It made a lot more sense thematically as well as for his character to have the beef with Vegeta.
And it wasn't even him, because he was a baby, and he doesn't care. It was just Paragus.
Which was his dad.
Also, the character design for Paragus was amazing.
It was always really good. Yeah.
I liked his pink skirt.
Yes.
And his little tail, makes a bump in the skirt.
Yep.
It's great.
I miss the tails of the Saiyans.
And Paragus, he grew up on planet Vegeta. He was a lieutenant or something like that.
Something. I don't know. At least, an officer.
He was an officer of some kind. He was a warrior, so he, knows manners, and he knows to bow to authority and all of that. And he taught some of that to Broly, which was cool.
He taught some of it, but not all of it.
Not all of it.
Broly does not recognize authority very well. It was fun. I really liked it. And, Broly grew up on an entirely different planet. Basically, an uninhabitable planet. Basically. And,
And he just ate bugs.
He just ate bugs and...
And the bugs just suck blood out of those big monsters.
Yeah.
And so... a lot of iron and protein in his diet, I guess.
Yeah. That's probably why he's massive. He's a big boy.
But he doesn't even know what water is, which means he shouldn't be alive at all.
I know. That's really weird. It's... I don't know. Saiyan biology is definitely different from human biology.
I guess.
We'll just go with that.
We'll just go with that.
But it was... he actually got, a backstory. A proper backstory. Not just, he's this overpowered child. It was
the concept of Broly was always that he's this super huge guy that can just conquer Super Saiyans like it's nothing. And the concept of Broly was always just this cool thing that everyone wanted to see, and this is the first time it's ever been done well.
Yeah, because I think in this one Broly actually had a legitimate reason to be effective against Super Saiyans and Goku and Vegeta. He had all this untapped battle power that once he started fighting, you could see him learning from the fights. And, like, everyone said it, like, multiple times during the fight, is that, oh my gosh, he's learning from the fight. Oh my gosh, he's learning from the fight.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, throughout the entire movie, you're just, like, watching him grow. And it's cool to watch him become this, like, powerful, really threat to both Goku and Vegeta.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really interesting to see him actually have a reason to be this powerful, other than just, like, he is. It was kind of...
I actually like. In a way, I kind of like it. In some ways, I don't. I like it when people earn their power.
Mm.
But sometimes Broly is just always been this guy that's super powerful.
Mm.
And it's always been the story that he was born with just a super high power level.
Mm. Yeah, like in the DBZ abridged movie, Bardock movie, like Bardock goes to check and it's like, 10,000, that's my boy! And then he's like, no wait, that's Broly. And then he goes over and Kakarot's like 4 or something.
Yeah.
And it's super funny, because you're just like, oh, well that's... Wow, Broly. And now, like, they made it a little bit more real.
9,000!
Yeah.
I was like, 20,000 as a sperm, so...
It's like, it's one of those. Wow, well, let's, Anyway.
Anyway, I liked, what was I gonna say? I loved the first scene where Frieza comes in.
Yes.
And I like that he didn't start the Frieza Force, he kind of inherited it from King Cold. And I love that it was called the Cold Force. That was so good. And he's like, hey, this is my son, Frieza. He's kind of a psychopath.
Have fun. He's
And
yours now.
I'm retiring and he's your new boss. Yeah. And that's all that Cold says.
And then he just
The
dips
Ginyus
out.
even show up and they do their poses and they don't say a word.
Because Ginyu
'Cause-
for...
They're not even a part of the movie, but they're in the scene, which is so good.
So good.
Zarvon and Dodoria are there.
I miss those characters.
I know, right?
They're such bad characters, but they're also so good.
Yeah. It was kind of cathartic seeing those
It
old
was.
characters
It really was.
from a long time ago.
Yes. But man, yeah, that first scene was pretty cool. And it gave motivation for, like, it kind of gave the backstory of the Saiyans, right? Which has happened time and time again.
Time and time again. They always.
But it still kind of fleshed it out a little bit more and made it a little more...
Yeah. Because you actually get to see how they live instead of, like, the Saiyans are a warrior race, and, like, when you watch Dragon Ball Z, it kind of leads you to believe that every single Saiyan is just some dude that can destroy a planet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When in this movie it shows that there's like mechanics and the women are where they belong in the kitchen.
You can't say that.
I can't say that. I'm not supposed to say that. Maybe there's women warriors.
Oh, there
like-
definitely are.
Like Khalifa and Kale. But seriously, the only thing that we see is them like in the meat shop.
Like, yeah.
Like butchering. It's so dumb.
It's pretty funny.
You're like, why?
Sandmen aren't supposed to care for their children. What?
Well, that's just how it's always been.
It's so funny,
That a
though.
Saiyan is like, I'm gonna go do my job. You have a son? Yeah, don't care.
Yeah. Like, Bardock had 2, technically.
Yeah, Bardock had 2.
He's like, yeah, don't really care.
Also, Vegeta's first line in the entire movie, now I'll never get to be King Vegeta. That was so sad. That's the only line he says when he's a kid. It's so sad.
It's not the only line. I think he says, like, one other thing.
Oh. Something about his brother, which
Yeah.
I guess is canon now. I mean, for that movie. At
Oh
least.
yeah, he had a brother.
He had a brother, and it's in
that
another
showed
movie.
up in. It showed up in Super, right?
No, it didn't show up in Super.
Yeah, Vegeta's brother showed up in Super. Did he?
No,
Yeah,
he did.
yeah.
When?
I want to say I don't remember when, but it was like a filler episode basically, and Vegeta's brother shows up, talks to Vegeta, and is like, "Yo, dog, I need your help. Also, this is my wife," and Vegeta's like, "What the fluff?"
How have I not seen this episode?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look for it.
But then
I'm gonna look for it and leave a link in the description.
yeah. But then they like go and pull these turnips to see who gets to fight the bad guys that are going to show up,
Really?
following Vegeta's brother.
That sounds like such a great episode.
It's so stupid and I love it. It's a really weird episode.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try and find it because it's really funny.
Yep.
Because Trunks and Goten. I almost said Gotenks.
I know.
That's
I have that
fusion
problem too.
for-
I say Trunks and Gotenks, and I'm like,
No, it's
Did I say
Goten.
that?
Goten.
Goten.
Trunks and Goten end up fighting the two, and it's so funny because you're just like, well, obviously Goku and Vegeta can't do it because they'd step in and they would like instantly win. So they send the children
Lick
to
them
do
away.
it.
And
But like how they determine who gets to fight them is they pull crops. I think
see
they're
who
like
can do the
carrots.
most.
Yeah, and see who gets the largest.
I remember there was an episode where Piccolo and Goku were racing who could do the most.
Yeah, that's a different
It's
episode.
a different episode.
But yeah, I remember that
Anyway,
one too.
back to the movie.
Back to the movie.
Off topic.
Vegeta's brother, Kanon, he's also alive.
Also, Raditz.
Raditz.
Little kid Raditz smokes a pack a day.
Smoker. He legit, his voice is so deep and so like raspy. You're just like, what is?
He's like,
You
oh
okay?
yeah, I got a brother, but he's just still in a pod.
He's
just a little
still in
kid.
his birthing or his nursing pod.
Yeah, he's
What
just
a loser.
he's a disgrace. Yeah, I got a mom and a dad. Who cares? And he's like five.
He's like 5. Yeah, he's like 5.
And Vegeta, now I'll never get to be King Vegeta.
And Nappa's in the movie with hair.
Prince Vegeta the Fourth.
Yeah,
Oh
Prince
yeah,
Vegeta the
Nappa
4th.
has hair.
Nappa's
and
in the
I love
movie
it.
and he has hair.
And there's 2 other Saiyans there.
no idea who they are.
No idea who they are. Like there
No
are 2
names.
other Saiyans that survived the destruction of the planet that were never accounted for.
Vegeta probably killed them at some point.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
someone broke their back and they're done.
Pew.
Which is very
you're
Vegeta.
dead.
Oh, I don't need you anymore, I guess. Got no use for a warrior that can't walk.
But Vegeta, why? Because I'm a monkey.
Because I'm a monkey.
Anyway.
I love Nappa with hair. I think he was great. Younger Nappa with hair.
It was good. It was really good. I mean, there are so many scenes in this movie that are really good. There's a scene. One of my favorite parts is Goku and Vegeta end up leaving the fight with Broly because Broly starts fighting Frieza.
I love how they do that, though.
It's really funny.
They run up to Frieza and they're like, "See ya, good luck."
They're like, "Here, take this," and just like leave.
And
And Broly's like, "I'm gonna kill you now."
Broly just punches whatever comes his way. He tries to fight Whis, which
Which is really fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh.
it's like, Broly and Goku and Vegeta and Frieza could all team up against Whis, and they wouldn't
still
hit
wouldn't
him.
hit him.
They wouldn't even touch him.
Whis is just too
It's
good.
so funny.
Anyway. So, they, like, leave him, and Goku instant transmissions
Over
to
to Piccolo. Yes.
And they, like, land, like, poof, on the ground.
The way they land.
and Vegeta's like, perfect landing.
Perfect landing.
And it's so good. It's like one of my favorite lines. It's just Vegeta's just like, oh,
And
perfect
it's
landing.
like under his
And it-
breath, so you can't hear it.
Yeah, you
very
have to
well.
really
You
listen.
have to really listen to
And
get
it's
it.
so funny.
Just the little things in this movie are so good.
and then Frieza gets his butt kicked for an hour.
They leave him there for an hour.
For an hour.
An hour of just Broly throttling Frieza. It's hilarious.
Frieza's so good. Frieza is like the perfect Frieza in this movie.
And a lot of
It's
people...
so good.
A lot of people that are critical of this movie like to say that they didn't like the wishes that they wanted to make. The wishes were always serious, but no, the first wish that was ever made
Was for Bulma's panties.
was for Bulma's panties. And that was Dragon Ball, because it's originally a really goofy, dorky, stupid show. And I think this movie brought that back a little bit, and I really loved it.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, Bulma's wish is perfect for Bulma. Frieza's wish is perfect for Frieza. Like, oh, Frieza's character in this movie is so good. And
I
she's
know.
so spot on.
I know.
It's hilarious. He's like, how dare you make me exert pressure while fighting you? And then gets his butt kicked. Just like,
How
handed to
dare
him.
Makes the most beautiful entrance by going gold and says that line, "How dare you make me exert myself in battle?"
And then just...
It just gets hit.
Destroyed. Oh, it's so good.
And
Sorry.
I think Frieza has developed a lot because of Super, and I love it. Because he used to be very two-dimensional back in Dragon Ball Z, and I still
That's
loved
true.
him in Dragon Ball Z. He was probably my favorite villain in the show.
He's definitely a top villain.
And he's just this racist space emperor. He's Space Hitler.
He's Space Hitler, yeah.
It was great.
He's Space.
And he's still that.
I'm Space Napoleon Hitler.
I'm Space Napoleon Hitler, exactly. From Abridged. And he's still that. He's still that same person. He's always going to be evil. And now he's changed from, like, the main bad guy to the guy that just shows up all the time and is always causing
Mischief.
mischief. He's always, like, the source of the problem in Dragon Ball at this point.
Wants to make himself taller.
Wants to make himself taller, so he has to steal the Dragon Balls from Earth.
It's so dumb.
Why don't you go to Namek? There's no Saiyans there that'll beat you up. They're just Namekians. You've
literally...
genocided them before. You could do it again, Frieza.
You've literally done it, like, by yourself, too. Just like... Waddle, waddle, waddle. Hey, how's it going? Well, I guess they do need the Dragon Ball radar.
That's
helps.
true. That makes it faster.
Anyway.
And I love how they sent in the little low-level warriors to steal them.
So that
And
they
you see,
wouldn't
like, the
notice
little
the
pictures
fact-
from the camera of them coming and stealing this stuff, and they, like, fall on the floor. They're, like,
Yeah, it's so good.
these
There are so many,
dunces.
like, little
It's so
details where
funny.
you're just like, this is amazing.
This is great. And
And
they've changed, like, the color scheme of the armor to this purple color.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah, it's like a purple and green kind of thing. Which worked really well. I mean, there were how many people working on just color scheme? Like 6? 6 people working on color schemes?
Yeah.
Or was it 4? Something like that. So, like, there was a team of people working on it.
the credits was amazing because they would have a team of 4 to 6 people that just check, and then, like, a team of, like, 30 people or more.
Doing whatever it
Just
is that
doing
was
what it
just
is. It was
previously...
like- It was
like,
like,
on the
key
list for
animation checkers, and there's like 6
6
people, and then like key
animators.
animation.
And it's just like this
it just keeps
entire
going,
screen,
keeps
basically, of animators. Which, props to all the animators, because it was a gorgeous film.
It was gorgeous.
I mean, animation this year has just been astounding. This past year, as well as 2019, like, seeing what's coming out, and seeing what has previously come out, it's astonishing how
Same
pretty
with
it is.
not just anime, but movies as well.
Yeah.
With Into the Spider-Verse was beautiful.
Yeah.
And the My Hero Academia movie was beautiful as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen that, I recommend it.
I haven't.
But this one was beautiful, and like one of the most beautiful animation scenes in this movie was the first-person view from Broly.
Yeah, that was
So
so
cool.
cool. There's a moment in the film where you see a first-person's perspective of the fight, and it's from Broly's perspective, and you just see him like wailing on Goku, and it's amazing. It's so pretty.
Which I don't think they've ever done in Dragon Ball before.
I don't think they have either. And it's really cool.
And usually when they show a Dragon Ball fight, they show a lot of them just appearing and disappearing, and they're over here, and there's just streaks, and you don't actually see any combat.
You don't see a lot
but
of fighting.
This one, they didn't do that. They
did it like twice.
They did a little bit.
Yeah. Which normally it's like...
And it's a long fight. So...
It's like the majority of the movie.
Also, there's that scene where Broly gets hit through like 6 mountains.
Yeah.
He just keeps going and going, and they're like, okay. When is this gonna happen? Is he gonna stop anytime soon? Oh, there we go.
You're just like, oh, okay.
He's just
He's like,
flying through
still
these
going.
mountains.
Still going. Still going.
I think that's when Vegeta hit him.
Yeah.
As
Super Saiyan God?
Super Saiyan God. Also, there's so much fan service.
There is.
Just that Super Saiyan God Vegeta is there. If they wanted to,
the
like,
red-haired
the
Super
red-haired-
Saiyan Vegeta God.
And if they really wanted to go full on with the fan service, they would have done Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta,
They would have,
but they didn't.
but they didn't.
Which I'm a little bit sad about.
I'm not. Because Super
Just a
Saiyan 3
little
is
bit.
just not a good form. It takes up a lot of energy,
Yeah.
as they say. So it's just like, just
In this fight,
toss that out.
basically a useless form.
Yeah.
But
It was,
yeah.
I mean, Vegeta going Super Saiyan God with the red hair was sick. That was super cool to
it was
watch.
it was amazing. Also,
And-
all of the transformations were beautiful.
Oh, yeah. They did really good work on those transformations.
Mhm.
They all were very
Because
distinct.
in Dragon Ball Z, they had to transform so much and so often that they couldn't do that every time.
Mhm.
And so it'd be like, hey, I'm going to transform to Super Saiyan. That was
Super
it.
Saiyan.
Super Saiyan. And in this one, it was actually taxing and super hard for them to do it, and it was amazing.
It was really cool. Yeah.
And I love that shot when when Vegeta first goes Super Saiyan,
That
and they
was
pan around him,
super
but they
cool.
pan slow, and then they pan fast, and then they pan slow, and then they pan fast.
Uh-huh.
It was so good.
And I love the green that comes off of him, which is like, it reminded me of like Broly's Super Saiyan. Because when Broly goes Super Saiyan, normally it's green, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, in the Broly movie, it's nice to have more, like, more of that representation.
And when they go Super Saiyan, their eyes turn that light green color.
Yeah.
And so his hair matched his eyes for just a second there before he went Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
That was really cool. Yeah. All the transformations were really interesting.
Except
really
for
entertaining.
Vegeta turning Super Saiyan Blue. He did it like that.
Yeah. But
But
Goku had already
that
turned
had to be
Super Saiyan
quick.
Blue. Yeah. Goku had already transformed Super Saiyan Blue, so it was just like...
We didn't need another one. We were happy.
Yeah. And then more spoilers, obviously. This entire thing is
All spoilers.
But Gogeta showing up. That
Yes.
was...
I mean, I wouldn't quite call that a spoiler because it was all over the trailers.
It's true. That's
and
true.
everyone was super happy about it.
Yeah, it's true. But the way they did it was really funny. And that's why it took an hour of Frieza getting his butt
Just
kicked
getting
by
pummeled.
Broly.
Because that was actually the original how Gotenks first used it in
Mhm.
Dragon Ball Z. Is he missed it first and he turned fat Gotenks and then he turned tiny little skinny Gotenks
Yep.
and then he turned real. And now they get it every time. Because I guess it only takes 3 tries.
Well, I mean, when you're saying... No, I'm just
You
kidding.
learn fast.
I mean, did you see Broly fight?
Piccolo's face when they're like demonstrating it.
Yeah! Piccolo and Goku are demonstrating to Vegeta how to do the dance, and Piccolo's face is just like, I don't want to be here.
I hate this. I don't want this.
He's like, Goku, how did you talk me into this?
Why do I save this planet over and over again? I was originally a bad guy.
I was originally bad. I could just go back to being a bad guy. I could join Frieza. Like,
Just
you
join
can see it all
Frieza.
going through his head. Just like,
He's like, I can't believe I'm here right now. It's so funny.
I'm glad that Piccolo even showed up, because a lot of the other characters didn't.
And they're like, come on, Vegeta, do the dance. I think I'd rather let Broly kill me. It's so
I think
good.
I'll let Broly kill me.
I'd rather let Broly kill me. He's just so prideful.
Well, you're gonna have to swallow your pride to save the planet. I think I'll die. Or I think the planet will just have to die.
Yeah.
I love Vegeta.
You gotta do it or the planet's done for. Then the planet's done for.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's so good.
Vegeta's so prideful, and it's so funny. It's so fun to watch.
Vegeta's the best character in the show, I think.
Yeah, definitely. At least, yeah. Yep. Yep. I thought about it. But yeah. Beerus makes an appearance, and Whis makes an appearance.
Which kind of, like, makes it not as scary, because it's like Beerus and Whis could always just take care of the problem like that.
Yeah.
But also, Broly is a good character, and we actually like him, and we don't want him to die. And I know that Beerus wouldn't think twice about just destroying him.
Destroy.
That'd be so sad. Like, Broly. There's
no.
like a pelt left.
An ear.
There's just the ear floats to the ground. No!
Would it float or would it just go? Poof?
I guess it would.
I mean, I don't know.
In my mind, it blows in the wind.
It doesn't. It's an ear.
I guess it's... They, like, put it on a stick. And stick it in the ground. Here lies Broly.
And it's just
It's
like
a flag, and it's in the ear.
Instead of flying in the wind, it just like flops.
It just flops down.
It's like a sad ear, just like a oh.
Don't touch that. It's my ear. I love how he says that. He doesn't say that's my ear, but that's what I thought. Don't touch my ear. It stays on.
It stays on.
Hummer. Also, that big drunk guy in the Frieza Force
Oh yeah.
that comes and is like, "You want to go, Broly?" Broly just stands there. He's like, "Sure." He punches Broly in the chest. Nothing. It's so
Broly's
good.
just like
No.
picks him up and starts choking him. It's just like
Guess I'm going to kill you now.
Broly, chill.
Chill, dude.
Oh,
So
but
good.
yeah, and I mean, all the entire fight,
Mm-hmm.
because it's basically just one fight, really. I mean, there are other.
There's like the first third of the show that's like story, and then the rest of it is all fighting.
Yeah, basically. Maybe it's probably closer to like the first. Like, I don't know. A little bit more than the third.
More than third?
It's a little bit more than
say
the third.
more or less? I don't know.
It's a little bit more than the third.
Yeah, but it's like almost an hour-long fight scene.
Yeah, it's a long fight scene. Like an hour and 45-minute movie. An hour of it is just the fight. It's really good.
Yeah. And I really liked the story.
Mm-hmm.
I liked what there was.
Yeah. Yeah. For the story, it was good. It wasn't a lot, and you could tell that they cut a lot of the story down.
Yeah. I liked how they introduced Frieza, which we already talked about. I liked how Frieza introduced the Scouters and how just terrifying he was to the Saiyans.
Mm-hmm.
He was very intimidating in that scene. I loved it.
Yes.
And then I liked how prideful and jealous King Vegeta was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the real reason why he sent Broly away in the first place.
Yeah. And then later on you kind of see, well, maybe he was right.
Maybe
Like,
he
wasn't.
was right. No, it was all his pride.
Yeah.
It,
But like his father kind of, or Broly's father sees that,
Paragus.
yeah, Paragus, sees that, like, King Vegeta may have been right. It's not true. It's his father's fault that Broly is the way Broly is.
Well, and I don't remember the girl's name.
I have no idea.
The cute
fan
chick.
service girl.
The cute chick. The real best character of this movie, right?
Bulma.
Bulma. No, the
Bulma, that's in like
the cute
2
chick,
minutes
the
of
real
it.
best character. Bulma. No, the girl.
the
She
green girl.
she actually like confronts Paragus and says that,
She's like, you cow.
like you cow, You treat him terrible. It's your fault that he's the way he is. You don't have to do that. And he's like, you don't know the crap we've been through.
He's like, shut up.
We grew up on an uninhabitable planet.
Yeah.
Like, no life is on it.
Planet. Like, no intelligent life. Do you want to know why? Because he's grabbing bugs. Have you seen those bugs? You have. It's gross. There's a reason I keep Broly around.
I was the most intelligent life form on the planet. And it sucked.
Ouch. Well, you could have had a friend, but you shot him.
But you shot him.
But you shot him.
I loved his backstory with the giant that he named Ba. So cute.
Broly has a friend named Ba.
Named Ba. I was like, is it like a giant man-eating sheep?
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, it's a giant man-eating. It's just a giant sheep. It's just
giant
a
green
giant
sheep. That's what it says. Ba.
It wasn't, but it was close.
No.
It was super funny. That's another thing. Like, there was it was fairly funny. It wasn't a comedy, obviously. It's still a shonen action show, but it was really, like, the comedy hit well, and hit at good times. So, props to the voice actors for getting it right, and props to the writers for knowing when to put in comedy, because it was really good timing. It's hard to do comedy in dramatic pieces, but they did it, like, perfectly. It was really
There's
good.
one part of the movie that I wanted to talk to you about that the voice acting was so good, and it's when Broly grabs Goku's leg and just starts
exactly what I was
pounding
thinking.
him. That's what you were thinking
Yeah,
that it was?
I was just like,
was like,
holy crap, Sean Schemmel.
yeah.
Props.
Like,
because that was nuts.
Like, is Sean Schemmel just knifing himself in the recording room? Because it was bad.
Like, it sounded...
I hurt when
Ooh.
that was happening.
It was painful to
Broly
listen
does
to.
it better than the Hulk, okay? And Sean Schemmel does it better than
Loki.
Tom
Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston. I think
Yeah,
that's
that
his
one.
name.
No,
Tom?
it's Tom.
It's Tom.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston.
Whoever plays Loki.
Tom Hiddleston. I got you. Don't worry, Quinn. I got this. Yeah, it was painful to watch that too.
And then the way he gets up and he's like, I'm dead.
Yeah, he's like,
No, like, he throws him and he goes, and usually if Goku gets thrown, he usually lands on his feet somehow and jumps away, but that time he just plop. A little bit anticlimactically, which I loved.
yeah,
And he's just laying there on the floor like,
ouch, help.
but once again, better than Tom Hiddleston.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And then I loved how he talked to Piccolo.
Yeah.
The little shots of him would like pop up in his mind, and that's the audience's perspective of, hey, it's behind Piccolo, and you see his cape. Oh, you actually see Piccolo. You see the environment that Piccolo's in on top of this mountain that just goes straight up.
Because that's how mountains work in this universe.
In China, there's like a certain place where the mountains do that.
Yeah.
And it's really cool, and people in Japan
But it's...
China like that, so...
But it seems like it's everywhere.
It seems like it's everywhere in Dragon Ball.
Because they're seriously always there.
Yep.
And that's why it's just
It's funny.
okay. But yeah, that was also a really cool moment.
Which, of course, that's where...
Of course that's where Piccolo is.
You think Piccolo's, like, chilling in a house?
Nah.
With
He's
Gohan? No.
No.
He's...
Gohan has a father, lies.
He's meditating. He's sitting there with his arms crossed, maybe his legs crossed, too, just on
Maybe
top
floating.
of a mountain. Maybe floating, yeah. That's Piccolo.
That's Piccolo.
That's what he does on the daily.
And then he senses trouble and he's just like, crap, Goku. What's going on?
Also, Gohan's not in the movie at all.
Yeah, Gohan's not there, Roshi's not there, no Krillin, Android 18, 17, none of them.
None of them.
Like,
Just sticking to the basics.
the very basics.
The very basics.
Goku,
The characters
Vegeta,
that matter. And
Goku,
Piccolo's
Vegeta,
one of them.
Frieza, Piccolo. I mean, they got Bulma,
They got Bulma.
but no Chi-Chi. Real sad. Real sad.
I've always liked Bulma better than Chi-Chi.
I have too. Chi-Chi's a little overbearing, but I think that's the
so
point
does
of their
Bulma.
character. I think that's the point of their characters, though, is that
But I
there's
think
no way that they would marry Saiyans unless they were overbearing in some way.
It's true.
So it's like,
And there's that episode in Dragon Ball Super where he says, Saiyan, where Vegeta says Saiyans naturally go towards strong women,
yeah. And it's like,
and
wow,
Piccolo's
yeah.
standing there like, that's why.
He's like, it makes so much sense.
It makes so
now."
much sense.
Yeah. But another really important moment in that show, in the movie, was when Goku is a Super Saiyan God, and he stops Broly.
Stops Broly, my favorite moment in the entire movie.
Like, he just stops Broly and is like, well, hold on, I want to talk to you. And he's
With whatever cool God key that he's using,
because
because it's amazing.
yeah.
He stops Broly dead in his tracks, and he says, I don't know who raised you, but we like to not kill people here on Earth.
Yeah, we live in peace and harmony.
We live in peace and harmony, which is so Goku.
And then he's like,
But the quote I
the
love is,
exact
we've
line.
had our fair share of villains, but you're not one of them. I can just tell that you're not one of them. I love it.
it's so very much Goku. And it's why we love Goku.
It's what's so good about Goku, yeah.
It's what makes Goku an enjoyable...
It's what makes
Protagonist.
Goku Goku.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
want-
what makes Goku Goku.
Listen, I want to fight you, but I do not want to kill you. I also don't want to die.
I don't... it's mind-boggling how Goku's mind works, but man... Is that why we love him?
Yeah.
That's why we love him, because it's just... That's not how we think. We're just like, no, just kill the guy. He's in your way. Like, heck, when I play video games, I tend to just kill people because they're in my way.
When you play video games.
He's like, get out of my way, move. The person's dead. So it's
Like
like,
playing Odyssey.
yeah, you're playing Assassin's Creed and you're just like, this guy's in my way, stab.
Trying to walk into a building and the guy's like in the doorway, so you just start stabbing him.
Just like throw my spear through his neck. It's fine. But like Goku doesn't do that. He enjoys fighting people, but he doesn't enjoy killing, which is very different from like
All other Saiyans ever.
yeah, every other Saiyan in existence. Granted, he was raised on Earth, so that may have something to do with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah. That's
Whereas Vegeta was raised on... Not on Vegeta.
he was raised on a bunch of different planets, killing crap.
He was raised by Nappa.
That's why he's the way he is.
Let that sink in. He was raised by Nappa. I'm pretty sure that kid raised himself.
Hey Vegeta. Remember the bug planet, Vegeta?
Remember the bug planet? Yeah.
No, Vegeta, why? Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
But that one scene in particular is the essence of Goku. Like, who Goku is as a character.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really cool to see. I love little moments like that. When you can just... either it's the animation shows exactly how the character is, right? They do that a lot with, like, specifically in the opening songs and the openings for...
But when one
For
moment
shows.
is that powerful, I love it.
Yeah.
And I love how
So
in that moment, Broly calms down a little bit. And then he thinks about it. Then he's like, nah.
Yeah.
And then
he's
he
like,
like
nah.
turns it on Goku so Goku can't move and then punches him in the face. It's great.
And I mean, Goku takes it like a champ, but still, it was really cool to watch. You're just like, Broly.
Broly, dude.
What is
Still in his
happening?
base form.
I mean, he kind of went like the Ozaru. It's really interesting because they explain that. So the Great Ozaru, I believe I'm saying that correctly. I'm probably not.
The Great
I'm
Ape.
probably, The Great Ape.
Mighty Ozaru.
Yeah, the mighty Ozaru form of the Saiyans, right, where they go Great Ape. He can't do that. Broly got his tail cut off because obviously, like,
But when
that's what they do.
when you turn into a great ape, you lose all sense of who you are, and you just start demolishing crap.
And so what happens is they say, like, Broly transforms into that form without being the monkey. So he retains his speed, but gains all the, like,
He gains
power
all the raw energy and power from being a great ape, but he doesn't, like, turn into a monkey. But he still loses all sense of who he is and starts punching whoever's closest, which is why he tried to fight Whis.
And also why he, like, turns on Frieza
For an hour.
for like, an hour. Like, it's so funny.
Frieza's best moment in that entire movie.
That's not fair.
Okay.
That's the best moment.
That's the best moment when Gogeta shows up. That's not fair.
He's like, oh yeah, we can do this, like, fusion thing. And Frieza's just like, well, that's not fair.
I didn't, like, notice it until Kyle pointed it out during the movie in the theater. That he's like, we are Vegeta and Kakarot, and not Goku.
And he didn't say Goku. He said Kakarot, and I was so pissed. I was like, but you're Gogeta. What?
I love it. It's like the Vegeta.
It's like Vegeta's just like, no, you're Kakarot.
The Vegeta side is speaking.
The Vegeta side is speaking. It's Kakarot.
And I love that whenever they fuse in their Gogeta or Vegito, they're always so cocky.
so
cocky.
confident. Granted,
He's
they
always
should
got that
be.
smug look on his face, like, you're done now.
They can be, though, is the thing. Like, had
I
they
know.
fused to fight Jiren, it would have been over in a flash.
I've never seen a fused character ever be, like, worried
No.
or anxious or discouraged in any way. They're always so smug.
When Gotenks fights Beerus, only time I've ever seen it. But granted, they're kids, so it's like.
It's true. Go tanks.
But other than that, legit, never.
Kefla, in that one moment that she had a Kamehameha, like, point blank in her face,
I think
for a
yeah.
split
For a
second,
split
she
second,
was like, oh,
she was like,
no.
And then she's like, no, we good. We Gucci. It's fine. But yeah,
That was great.
yeah. It was. And I mean, Gogeta, let's go.
Gogeta.
Like, that was so fun.
Go!
Gogeta, go! Gogeta.
Oh my gosh.
That's
the
another thing.
soundtrack.
The soundtrack, first of all, it's beautiful. I thoroughly enjoy the music in movies.
Anywhere else, that kind of music would not work.
Oh my gosh.
But
yeah.
in this movie, it worked perfectly.
It's so absurd.
Because they do it in a way that's like, in this corner we have Broly, and in this corner we have Gogeta.
And then they're
They're
just like,
just hyping up the fight as much as you can. They're yelling, go, bro. They're like,
go
chanting.
Broly, go Broly.
Yeah, they're
And you're
chanting,
like,
go,
yeah,
go,
let's
Broly,
Broly.
and go, Gogeta, go.
And you're just like, you're like getting hype in your seat.
And you're
just
watching
like,
this fight, and you're like, what is going on?
And in a theater with a bunch of other nerds, you're just like, just let's go. Let's fight now.
Oh man, I was in the XD theater, the big theater,
Oh.
on opening night, and it was just full of nerds.
Like,
I
yo,
think my girlfriend.
people.
I think my girlfriend was the only female in the room. It was so funny. I look around and I'm like, "There's all guys."
Oh, guys.
I'm so sorry, Jaden.
Granted, for that show, it totally makes sense. Like,
huh.
even if I had a girlfriend, I'm sure she wouldn't enjoy
She
Dragon
came
Ball.
with me because she likes me, but she did not really enjoy it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, his girlfriend loves
She's like,
anime.
I feel like my eyes have been violated.
I feel like my eyes have been purified.
It's the
Like, my eyes are so happy. Yeah, like, oh. First of all, my ears are happy. Because that soundtrack was amazing. It was so perfect. They did the Chala,
the original
Chara,
Dragon Ball Z music, like
opening. Like the OG one.
Yep, when it's just them training, it's Goku and Vegeta
Goku
training
and Vegeta
over the
just
ocean,
training.
which is a brilliant fight.
It's so pretty.
It's brilliant. It's beautiful.
I mean, the entire show is really pretty.
Because
But
they
the
got,
fight scenes are.
of course, they have the
super
clouds always like moving, and then they have the ocean also being like shot up in the air.
It's super cool.
It's good.
But during that, you're like,
And they're in like this huge mansion. It's like Bulma basically owns the city.
No, she said it was an abandoned island, and they just like
chilling there, like
bought it.
This is my island. Yep, and
Bulma's rich, by the way.
Yeah, and Whis is sitting there like, oh, this is such a nice cottage. Like, yeah, that's a cottage.
That's a what? I mean, granted, he literally lives in a planet.
I think he owns multiple planets.
Yeah. Like, have you seen where...
Rewinds time whenever Beerus accidentally blows up his summer home.
He's like, oh, man.
It's like that.
I just had the floor done. It's like, just rewind time. Oh, yeah, I could do that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I could do that.
Granted, he's Whis, he wouldn't, but...
I can't imagine Whis forgetting that he could do that.
If
I had that power, I'd forget. Oh, yeah, I could do that.
Dude, rewind time, like, real quick. Mate, hurry up. Anyway, it's...
Goku would forget.
Goku would definitely
forget. He's like, oh, yeah. He never forgets instant transmission.
Never forgets that.
But that would probably be like, oh, yeah.
Although he does in the abridged. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Just pops out.
It'd take me time. I'd have to go all the way over there, get in, get out, and...
He forgot he could do that, didn't he? Your father's an idiot.
I love the abridged series, and I love all the guys over there at G4 Star that did that. I think they're genius.
Here's the thing.
Good writing.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The abridged series, it seems like they had a big effect on, specifically Super, on how Super was made. Because a lot of the, like, characterisms, mannerisms, of characters, like Piccolo, Vegeta, Goku, stuff like that, seem to have carried over.
Well, Dragon Ball Z had no comedy.
Yeah.
No good comedy.
Yeah. And, yeah. And I mean, they kind of went back to more comedic with Dragon Ball Super
and Dragon Ball Z Abridged was all comedy.
Yeah.
And it was so entertaining to watch. And I think they realized that their fans really enjoyed the comedy that was like how dorky Dragon Ball was.
Yeah. And I think that's...
And Dragon Ball Z was so serious.
And, yeah. I mean, the abridged series did have that effect, right? Because it showed, hey, people enjoy this comedy, so why don't we go back to what we previously did with the dorky, goofy Dragon Ball, right? That everybody really loved. And I mean, that's why the comedy in this movie is so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's very top-notch. You can tell, like, they have really good writers over there at Toei Animation.
They do. Or was it A1 Pictures?
It was Toei Animation that did the writing, true. I think.
Whatever.
Anyway.
However they did it.
Whoever over there wrote the movie did a really good job. I normally don't... I am very picky with stories and how stories are and how they're written and like main characters and stuff like that. I mean... Quinn notices animation and like soundtracks and all the visuals and stuff like that.
I always love good story, but this one was actually kind of light on story.
It really was.
And heavy on good animation, so I loved it.
Yeah. But like I love the story and that's why I enjoy, shows like Bunny Girl Senpai where it's all story. And I'm not big into shonen. I like shonen, and I love watching the beautiful animation that is there, and I can appreciate it thanks to this guy. But like I've noticed a lot more of the stories and I mean even in this movie it was insanely good. Even for how simple it was, you could tell it was well thought out. You could also tell that they cut a bunch of stuff from like the original screenplay just to condense it to a reasonable length movie.
Yeah.
But it was still like really good.
A lot of stuff that I feel like the Bardock part and sending Goku away and Frieza actually destroying the planet was super rushed.
Yeah.
Because it's like Bardock is sending Goku away. Suddenly Bardock is trying to save the planet.
Yeah. And I mean,
And it's
granted, we had like a movie dedicated to that, to what Bardock did, but it still seemed very rushed.
Yeah, but that movie, I think Bardock was like, saw the future. Oh no, Frieza's gonna destroy the planet. And in this one, it was putting 1 and 2 together,
Yeah.
kind of deducing that Frieza super doesn't like the Saiyans because he's racist. And we love him
He's
for
Space
it.
Napoleon Hitler.
Yeah. Because he's so short.
Here's the thing, Napoleon wasn't even that short. And like Frieza technically isn't that short. But
So
that's
they're
the
even
point.
More, they're even more similar.
that's the
Space
point. That's
Napoleon
why
Hitler.
it's so good. Anyway. This, yeah. I mean, obviously there are things that weren't great. The 3D animation, when it was used really well, but it was there and it was it was definitely noticeable, but it was still really good for it being 3D animation.
Yeah, there was, like, the 3D animation kind of didn't work well with all the 2D environment, the painted and the...
Yeah.
We've been animating them two-dimensional, and
Two-dimensional
suddenly
this
we've
entire
rigged them
time.
up 3D
Now
and
they're 3D.
computer graphicsing the entire thing.
But
But it still
it
looks
still looked good.
great.
It still wasn't. It wasn't like really bad 3D animation.
When they destroyed the Arctic and made it Volcano Land, I actually liked that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Also, Goku can just, like, breathe lava, I guess.
Oh yeah.
He, like, opens his mouth. He's under the lava.
Well, Broly can apparently too.
Yeah, he opens his mouth and bites down on Broly's, like, arm or something. It's great.
I mean, he is,
Which
Super Saiyan God.
Goku has been known to play dirty and biting from time to time, so I liked that they did that.
Yeah. Anyway.
And he just, like, chomps down on, like, Frieza's tail. I
You
think...
bit my tail!
Yeah.
You punched me! You bit my tail!
Yeah.
Anyway. It's... Yeah. I mean, it's not for everyone. It was, like, definitely
It was for
epileptic
me.
warnings. If you go and see that. Like, I was sitting there and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, if you're prone to seizures, don't watch the movie.
Don't
You'll die.
watch the movie.
It's a lot
It's
to
a
handle.
lot to handle.
Because they're in all CG Gogeta versus Broly. Broly's gone some kind of Super Saiyan green, amazing form that's full-on crazy, and they blow up each other's ki blasts to the point that they, like, go into a different dimension or something?
It's super weird. It's really...
And it goes super weird.
It's also really fast. And a lot of changes really quickly.
And super flashy in your face animation.
Yeah,
It's
which...
like Studio Trigger over the top. Kill Gurren Lagann level over the top animation.
It's definitely over the top and loud is a great way to put it. It's loud. It's a loud show. Both visually and in terms of like the soundtrack. Granted, in the movie theater it's not that bad, but like it's...
Don't turn up your sound too much. If
You're
you
watching
get
it
the
at
movie,
home, just don't turn on
be careful.
Be careful. But I mean, there's not a lot to say. Like the story was kind of mediocre. The ending was, I mean, it was classic Dragon Ball, classic
I liked
Goku.
the ending
It was a good ending
because I didn't want Broly to die.
and I don't really know what else.
I really liked that Goku showed up at the end,
Yes, that was.
and he was like, "Hey, can I come in?" And you're like, "Of course." Goku's here to say, "Can I fight with Broly every once in a while?" Because he's Goku.
And that's how Goku freaking works. An instant transmission.
And that last line, the very last line
I'm
of the
Goku.
show.
But Broly, you can call me Kakarot. And he's like, how dare you?
Also, I don't think he's ever said, "You can call me Kakarot" to anyone.
No. No. He hasn't.
Like, in Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta kept calling him Kakarot, and he's like, my name's Goku. And he's like, your name is Kakarot.
You're gonna deal with it. And now it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, you
It's
can
like-
call me Kakarot. And
That Goku's just kind of embraced his Saiyan heritage. Like, my Saiyan name is Kakarot, and you are a warrior that has proved yourself, and you're a Saiyan. So
Therefore, you can call me Kakarot.
you can call me Kakarot.
I still didn't
I
like
love
it
that.
because, I don't know. I just you're Goku. You wouldn't.
It was
you
really
call
cheesy, and
yourself
I liked
Goku. I'm not a big fan of cheese, but
From time to time, you can't have too much because then it gets bad. A lot of animes have too
then you
much
can't.
cheese.
Then you have constipation,
and then
and your movie or TV show is really slow.
you get hired as a mason. Is rough. Rough work.
Anyway, I don't. There's not a lot I can say that's bad about the movie. Like, I'm trying to think of things that I didn't enjoy.
I didn't like that Bardock sent Goku away to Earth.
I did.
Because in
I
the
like that.
original, it was Goku just ended up there because they sent him there.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like,
That's what they
King
did.
Vegeta sent him there. Like, it's what they do.
I liked that Bardock actually sent him
But
away.
Bardock, for the first time, was like, I'm not a normal Saiyan like everybody else. I'm a good father.
Well, it seemed more like... the way I kind of saw it is, hey, he knows that this planet's going to be destroyed, right? That's kind of what he's put together.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, if it doesn't get destroyed, we'll still be alive. But if it does, at least we have a Saiyan alive.
Like, just keep Kakarot alive because I don't want him to die.
I mean, Raditz is gone, so whatever. So we'll at least get this one, and then it's my bloodline, and I win. Kind of thing.
And I win. Which he does.
Which he does.
The real winner in this movie is
Is
Bardock.
Bardock is the
No,
winner.
it felt very Superman-like.
It did.
Like, there's a lot of similarities between Superman and Goku, and they call Goku the Japanese version of Superman. And, you know, it is written different in the original show, but that one was
It was
very Superman of,
yeah.
our planet's destroying, so we're sending our son away to Earth where he can be a superhero.
Except Goku was sent there to destroy the planet, basically.
Well, in the original show, he was sent there to destroy the planet. In this one, he was just sent there to save his life. There's even an episode, I think it's like episode 5 or something,
Mm-hmm.
where Gohan looks at the moon, becomes a giant ape, so Piccolo destroys the moon,
Again.
cuts off his tail, and then his tail grows back, and Goku's pod that he showed up in like 30 years ago has a projector in it, and it projects planet Vegeta's moon into the sky. And Gohan grows his tail back, and he becomes a giant ape again. And Piccolo's like, what is going on? And it keeps repeating the same thing. Wake up, Kakarot. Destroy all life forms. It's great.
Yeah.
So
And that's the thing. Is
that
like,
super doesn't work with what this show said was the original history.
which, okay,
So
it does make sense seeing as how all pods probably, for children specifically, were made like that,
maybe,
right? Like,
but
that was probably how Broly was sent there. And that's probably why he saw the moon first off and was able to survive.
it was a fun take.
Was.
I enjoyed it. I liked it, but I wouldn't consider it canon to the show. But I really liked Broly,
Who knows?
so I really want Broly to be canon to the show.
I think this movie might be canon, but we don't know.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, like, Beerus and Whis were all there. Frieza was there. It seemed like it was heading into, like, hey, we're going to start making canon movies. But
I actually really want to see Beerus fight seriously.
I don't know.
Someday. Someday I'll get it.
I do too.
He's a good character. I like him.
He is.
I like
Anyway.
that he was just babysitting.
Yeah.
He's just
He
sitting
was
there
just
on a beach
babysitting.
babysitting because he just wants to take a nap. I'm not a babysitter. I'm a destroyer god.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.
But Whis is there, so it's all good. Anyway,
Yeah.
there's nothing else that I can say.
Yeah.
I think I've said it all.
It was a fun movie. I recommend.
I would also recommend for those who enjoy animation,
9 out of 10 would recommend.
7 out of 10.
That's fair. That's fair. Considering
it definitely had
considering
flaws.
who I am and who you are,
It
that's fair.
it was also very hard to watch, as I said. Like, it was
It's
loud
true.
at times, so just visually more so than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like my biggest complaint is, like, sometimes I was just like, I want to close my eyes, but I couldn't because it was so good.
I know.
It's like a 7.5. What was it? 7.5 out of 10. It was yeah. I'd still recommend it. Like, it's definitely better if you know Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it is.
So that's. But yeah, that's it. That's all we got. That's all we
Mhm.
wanted to say.
So
It's
when it comes out in DVD and Blu-ray, I don't know when that happens,
later,
but get it.
or watch it in theaters.
I'm getting it. Or watching it in theaters. It's still out for a couple days. We watched it early bird special, so it was like $5, $6.
Online. We purchased, anyway, it was, yeah, we purchased it online, so it was,
So we went to like the 10 a.m. show.
yeah.
That's how we got in, and I got in by booking months in advance to go to the like really good first showing.
But anyway, it probably won't be in theaters when this comes out.
Mm-hmm.
But
So good luck, and I hope you got the chance to see it.
also, get it on Blu-ray, get it on DVD, what have you. It's good.
What have you?
That's
Digital
it.
copy.
That's all. We're gonna end. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was really fun. I mean, if you guys enjoyed, a like is always appreciated. And if you want to see more of these podcasts, I mean, we'll definitely be doing more like bonus episodes like this,
Mhm.
as well as our other podcasts as well. Just be sure to subscribe so that you can stay caught up on that and listen to our really lame voices over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Tell us what you think in the comments. And thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. And I will catch you guys next time. Just remember to always stay frosty.
Hey.
Bye-bye.